No, one more. Sink it. Let me do one. There's a one. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Early Morning Podcast. It is episode 110. Grab you a J, grab you a brew, grab you whatever on earth it is you may do. We mentioned fentanyl in the last episode. Hopefully it's too early to mention it now. Hopefully not. You could grab yourself a pack of spice down the street if that's what you're into. If you got a THC test coming up soon, do that. It is 5:55 p.m., April 18th, 2023. We're just hanging out. We're just chilling back at CBD, Respectful Choices CBD, rather. Doing another pod. Shout out my boy Simon. He let us do this once again, making shit happen. Big salute. And if you're on audio, please tune into visual because it'll be worth it for this episode for sure. We, again, have a guest. It's not just me talking like a schizophrenic into a camera, just pretending like I know what I'm doing and acting like I'm funny and just believing it. I got my boy, dude, Gage Johnson, bro. What the fuck is up, man?
What's up, dude?
Not much, man. Just ready to do this and then do a mic after and try to be funny, man.
Woo!
How are you doing, bro?
Doing good, man. Good.
Yeah, everything's good. We got a case of Happy Dads in front of us, so things can't be too bad, right?
It's a good life.
Cheers, man.
It's a
Cheers.
good life.
Get this started on a good note.
How we doing?
Good, man. You're one of the bros. Another one of the bros that you know how hard it is to get comics to do a podcast? It's hard. I don't want to complain and sit here and just bitch about stand-up and stuff, but dude, having a guest on a pod is not as easy as you think, man. Like, it's really difficult. So I'm happy that you're here. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm just real quick. I met you working at the club a year ago now, dude, and I thought you fucking hated me when we first met.
I did.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I was like, this guy will barely look me in the eye, and if he does, it'll be for a split second before he turns his head around and just continues whatever the fuck he was doing right beforehand.
I have this saying that I'm fucking working on like crazy. I don't like meeting people. Like when I meet people, I'm really like on the fence about, especially because you're really nice. It's because when people are really nice, I'm like, fuck that person. Like I just your guards were up. It felt like your guard. Okay, keep going. Yeah, my guards are always up. And then like when somebody's mean to me, I'm like, okay.
That's a good guy.
It's just, I don't know. It's not supposed to be like that.
That's why I've been starting to fuck with you lately, just so you know we're friends.
Yeah, no, like, you were so nice. Like that.
Really? Okay,
that's actually in your defense, that's a good thing that I didn't like you.
Is it good?
When I met you.
I was just like, because I thought you didn't like me. I'll tell you from my perspective. I met you, and I was like, this is the only other guy that's a comic at this club. I want to be on a good page with him. I want to be boys with him. And you were, like I said, you were like, oh, this fucking scumbag open micer. I don't want to pay him any light of day. And I was like, oh, man.
It wasn't that.
Hates me.
No.
I don't think he'll ever like me. Like, I don't know what it'll be. But, like, yeah, that's how it felt for, like, the first 3-4 months. And like you said, now you're like, oh, you're a nice guy.
You're a really nice guy. I just, it's when I meet people and you looking like a nutcracker coming in there.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
you know, I was just like, I don't know about this.
I did, dude. My hair was longer. I was super bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to be at a comedy club. And
you kind of like had like when you walked, it felt like your feet weren't touching the ground.
It was you don't know how to make fun of me now. That you don't gotta go.
You know, like when like in what's that movie? The dolls? America, fuck yeah.
I know what you're talking. It's called American something.
What is that movie called? Team America.
You
kind of walk like that a little bit, like just like
an animated character. Like I'm a Smurf. I'm just hanging out.
I'm like, I don't know about that guy.
Ah, man.
Rumpelstiltskin will fuck people over because he was nice.
Fast forward now, we're on the couch. We're on the casting couch, just chilling here at Respectful Choices in La Habra. But yeah, dude, I was like, man, I don't think this guy will ever have any kind of respect for me or anything. But yeah, it was too nice. I guess I should be more of a dickhead.
I think it wasn't. No, I didn't like hate you, or I didn't like, and I'm just like that up front. I'm very like, I'm trying to be I'm very blunt with people.
I know. I see how you deal with people in real life. I've learned.
And there needs to be times where I just need to be a little bit more like, I don't know, like
Open.
Fucking yeah.
Don't have those shields up at all fucking times.
I've been hurt, man.
Hey,
I've been hurt. Hurt people hurt people. And that's not good. Shout out to Dr. Drew. He taught me that.
And what Adam Carolla too on
VH1 Celebrity Rehab.
Gage has been through some shit, huh? Let's talk about it. What, dude? What the fuck happened, dude? Why are you hurt, man?
I listen to emo music.
Yeah.
I'm a millennial.
Your dad hit you. Your mom left. What happened, dude?
Nothing. I actually had a good life. I don't.
Yeah,
I have
know.
nothing.
I know, you scumbag. I know.
But you know, you just. I just kind of you get jaded.
Yeah, comedy jades you for sure.
I think it was.
I was waiting for that answer, to be honest.
No, I think the thing when I met you, you were like really gung ho and like fired up and ready to go, which is how anybody should be doing anything.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I was green.
But you get kind of like protective, I guess, or like kind of want them to be
so
like
gay, dude. I know.
Go
ahead.
Want to like throw some dirt on you a little bit. I was just like, I don't know, man. This guy's too gung ho. And I was kind of like that when I first started. And I realized this is going to be a long haul of a thing.
Yeah.
And not to race through everything, you know.
I almost drove off the 101 connecting ramp the other night because. Yeah, that was some dirt to put on myself.
Wait, did you purposely or like did
I
you
was contemplating
sneeze?
it. No. It was after a bad set. And I was like, oh, maybe, yeah, Gage was right. There will never be an open mic, and I'll just have to commit myself to death. I'll just commit that way.
So how would you do it? Like, give me some.
My favorite way to kill myself? This is great. This is great for the pod. Holy shit. Man, I would go... I think it's called, I mentioned it many times, I think we even talked about it, Roman suicide. I'll sit in a bathtub, a luxurious tub, hopefully somewhere in Jersey, just because I want to feel like I'm in the mob. Somewhere in Jersey, Hackensack, shout out my fam up there. Somewhere maybe in New York or upstate New York. Find myself a luxurious bathtub, a nice bottle of wine that
like the ones that are above the
yes, that sit on like gold things at the bottom, you know.
Those are really
and you
expensive.
have to turn on. Yeah, of course, they're like full on ceramic, handmade or whatever the fuck. I'll go in one of those, get a nice bottle of wine that I can't tell if it's good or not.
Yeah,
won't be able to tell. Drink that whole thing, and then just start putting on big cuts upward so that they can't. I just learned that recently, by the way, that if you cut yourself upward in certain parts of your body, that you'll just bleed out. They can't get stitched.
I just saw that on John Wick 2, man. John Wick 2, the girl.
Yeah.
The girl was just like, "Peace out, y'all."
Yep.
John Wick's like, "Oh, this is like." They made it all like
the older chick, right?
Yeah, and they had like Marilyn Manson playing in the background and stuff.
You know the scene way better than
I
do.
I was like, all right, it's time to go to bed.
I'm referring to Godfather. One of the bros in Godfather was like, he's about to do real time, and he's like, oh, I'd rather do this. So if I was really, really going to do it, I'd just bleed out.
That's why emos are never down, you know, because they're always doing horizontal. You got to go vertical, bro. You got to go vert.
I can't tell you how many times I've put wristbands on bitches that have that got those cuts.
Where are these from?
Leave me alone. You don't pay attention. You just move it, keep it going.
Don't look at me.
You just keep it going, dude. What about you? How would you go out, dude? You probably contemplated it.
No, I've thought about it. Everybody, it's kind of, and it sounds sad, but everybody.
You own a firearm?
No, I don't.
I'll give you one if you need it.
Okay. Oh, I would probably like.
That was like a genuine laugh out of Gage. It's so rare to get. Hell yeah. Okay.
I would get some fireworks, some Christmas lights. And I would get the outlet in your car that you can,
cigarette one?
Yeah. I would connect the Christmas lights, wrap them all around my car.
Bang.
And then I would probably get like a good compilation going.
Of what?
Like, I don't know, like maybe majority of it, because usually anything I do that
hockey hits. Biggest hockey hits.
It's probably like every big song from the Tony Hawk soundtrack, Pro Skater soundtrack.
Okay.
Like, fucking like.
So you want to go like in a euphoric way.
And I drive off a fucking cliff, but I light the fireworks off too as I'm going. And people are like, "What the hell is that?" And I just boom and it just goes.
If I can critique it, it's very complicated, man. That's a lot of timing. Like you need your comedic and action timing. Like you need it so you want to go off the cliff as the car is inflamed and shooting off fireworks and Christmas lights.
And you hear like bass, how low can you go? bro, what a brother know. And you just like boom, like bring the noise from Anthrax is playing, and or I'd have just like people are like, what's going? And they just hear like, cut my life into pieces, and just boom, or like maybe a Sugar Ray song. I just wanna fly.
That would be sick. That would be gnarly. That would be gnarly. That would rule if you're.
It's a good time on the way out. At least
I'm seeing you going off a cliff because I go to Big Bear often, so I'm seeing you driving literally just like, oh, this is how I go. Never mind, and then you just like me off the 101. You're like, I'll just drive off this 6,000 foot elevation cliff with the fucking Christmas. That's a plan right there. You've thought of that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
maybe
not
even
like
have like a GoPro and I'm saying some commentary. I'm like, peace out, y'all. This is Gage. Follow, subscribe. And I don't even have a YouTube channel, and I'm just like,
the Patreon will pay for this funeral. So please contribute.
or
please.
just the Bray Improv, just fucking right through the brick, right through the brick, just like oh my God, what is that?
That would be. I'd go for the store. If you ask me,
there's too many bodies. I don't want to hurt anybody.
I
on the way
do.
out.
If I'm killing myself, fuck the comics, dude. They can go with me, dude. I don't give a shit.
I'm sure some of the comics are like, you know what? This was kind of in my plans today too.
Yeah.
I just bombed.
Yes, I'm doing other people favors. If I'm drunk on Melrose and I had a bad set, fuck the explosives. I'll put a C4 under my car and take the whole store with me. I don't give a shit, dude. Let Mitzi pay back, dude. Have her. No, I'm kidding, dude. We're having fun.
But see,
dude. We're having fun.
that's why, you know what? And you're catching on. It's like I was worried because people you came in like Spider-Man and Civil War. You were just.
I was like not even a year into stand up when we met.
You were too happy, and I'm like, and I just didn't. I get kind of protective, and that's why I kind of get like mean, I guess, a little bit, because I'm just like.
You weren't mean. You were off-putting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, this is going to be on the headlines tomorrow.
That's okay. I'll talk about it on stage, too. I'll say, yeah, Gage and I are friends now, just so you guys know.
I hope I wasn't trying to go out of my way. It's just like, it's just my demeanor. And I'm also working at a place that's very busy. I'm not the most charismatic dude. Sometimes.
I know. It's changed. I'm just saying, at first.
People that know me go, yeah, you know.
No, exactly. And I've learned that.
When I clock out, or if I'm anywhere, you know, outside of, I don't know. And I have like I said the other day, I told you, like, when I'm trying to focus, my face gets more like intense looking because I need the extra energy in my face to bring thoughts to my brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like how much silverware does my table need? And it gets like even more like I'm constipated.
Yeah. It's like resting bitch face on a male.
And then somebody will be like, what's wrong with your face? And I'm like, what? And they're like, you look like you're the logo of the Chicago Bulls.
You know what? Again, oh man, I don't want to talk too much about working together because so much we could talk about. But there was a few multiple times where I was like, oh, I'm trying to help out Gage. Let me pick up his checks. I'd be like, yo, Gage, I got like 6 checks for you, and you're like, I'm like, hey, Gage, how many checks are you missing? And you're like, and I was like, oh, okay. I'll just hang myself. You guys got a kitchen knife in the back? Is there something I can use that's not dull enough, but not sharp enough to kill me? I'll just bleed out slowly. Again, Roman shit. But no, don't take it the wrong way.
It's something I'm working on, man, because people that really know me know I go home and watch Disney movies and build Lego.
I know. And you play. No, you and your skate. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. You and you fucking skate.
Tech deck.
Yes.
I get home, dude. I crack open some beers and tech deck. And
you are a child at heart.
I am.
You for real are.
Like, I am.
You know all the music from the 2000s. Your favorite video games are Tony Hawk and shit, as far as I've learned so far. And like, yeah, you live in not in the past, but you live in your favorite years. You live in like those years where you're like, oh, this was when my life ruled. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I don't know. It's like people call it nostalgia, you know, because they're like, oh, this is like the thing I had from my past. So I'm like, this is like the thing I never got rid of, and I still have it. Like that's
why it's nostalgic,
yeah,
man.
But it's
lingers
nostalgic
with you.
to them, but I never gave it up. Like it's like
you stuck with it.
I didn't fucking sell out, man.
Joe's jam.
I got a PS2, and the only thing I have in there, I have the main Tony Hawk.
Do you really not have? Wait, you don't have an Xbox?
I have a PS4, and I got a PS4. Somebody gave me a PS4, and I only got it so I could play the new Tony Hawk game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy any other games, and I just play that.
You really are fucking holding that shit down to being like.
That's all. It's essentials in life. There's like you find out what you love.
Yeah, and you stick with it.
And you don't need much more.
Yeah.
If you see that like it's like a river. It's like you see it all. Just you open up that I don't know that stream. And you're like, I don't need this stream's giving me all I need.
It's like I know what you're saying. It's a river that expands, and you're like, I found my niche. I don't need to go on. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
There's got to be something you like that's like that you're like people are like, wow, really? And you're like, that's just what I like.
Man, so it's funny because I would say hockey, but you look at me and you're like, this guy played hockey his whole life.
Did you? I played hockey.
No fucking way.
But it was like my dad got me in the league. It was like this like little league hockey league, but they didn't have, it wasn't ice. It was like roller. But it was indoor. And it was like it was really fun actually. I didn't know how to play. I didn't know any of the rules. And my dad, hockey stuff's not cheap either.
No, I know. That's why I never played.
And then my dad's like, all right, we're going to watch. Because my dad's a sports guy, you know. I'm not really a sports guy. I love hockey.
Another thing, our dads have a lot in common.
We do. I think we'll get to that. But my dad was like, he's like, we got to watch hockey. We got to really find out, how to do this and technique. And I was like,
you got to get some misconduct calls, slashing, some shit like that.
I was like, Dad, I got all the game tape we need. D2 Mighty Ducks. Here we go. Let's watch it. And he was like, what the? No, son. And I'm like, hey, do you want to learn what a flying V is or not, Dad?
Uh-huh.
And I played one season.
What? That's it? Oh, shit.
I got my first fight. And
during hockey?
Yeah, this big, tall, ginger-haired fuck would mess with me, and I had it. It was, and
how'd you win the fight?
Yeah, pulled his shirt over him and
just let him go.
Uppercuts. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
That's how I grew my mustache. It grew when I was 7. Through that.
After that fight, it just developed out of nowhere. And you're like
this.
Every time you shave, the next second, it reappears.
Somebody threw me a Budweiser, and I crushed that right on the.
You just smacked it on your helmet and just fucking funneled it in, dude. I gotta ask you this real quick. Munching box, does the stash affect that?
No, it's like
because we got different stashes, obviously.
It's like perfectly aligns everything. It's kind of like a guard.
Okay.
Too.
To what? The clitoris?
No, it's just like it sits like perfectly right where I need it to.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a measuring thing.
To where you're at.
Just hits right there. No, it's game time.
So you're not one of those guys that's like, I'm gonna press my nose into her fucking G spot at the same time while tongue.
Whoever's doing that, no.
There are guys that do that. Jewish guys with the big nose, yeah.
I could see Adam Sandler utilizing that.
I mean, I got a fucking honker on me, dude. I could do it probably, but I've just never.
I do too, I think.
No,
you don't think?
No.
I think it's because of my weight, but because I'm a little heavier, and so it kind of fits my face. But when I was like 135 pounds in high school, this kid just looked at me. There's like always the freshman kids, and it was kind of reminds me of you. Like he was a new kid, and I was kind of being like
degenerate. Yeah,
I was being rough on him, but I also wanted. I'm like, this is high school, man. You'll get hurt up in here,
Okay.
And then he was
this a sport over sports or just one of the bros?
No, it's some kid, and he just looks super naive and nice, but like willingly to be good at things in life. Okay. I don't know. You meet people like that, and you're like, you want to like.
You just hate positive people. It sounds like.
I get worried because I was one of them, and so I think I just.
Damn, Gage. My goal in our relationship is to figure out what made you this, not vulnerable, but made you this attuned to.
I just guess
seeing certain things in people and that putting you off.
It doesn't put me off. I just like see something and I want.
You adjust though, like you adjust.
I don't want to be like when I meet somebody super nice. I don't want to, and they're willing to do something and they're willing to grow. I kind of found out that you can't just be like, yeah, hop on, and then you're like,
sure,
woo, and you smack them on the butt, and they're like, it's gonna be great, and then they get hurt, and they're like, nobody told me this, so it's better just to be like, kind of the bad news at first.
You ever played Red Dead Redemption?
No, I told you I only played Tony Hawk.
That's why I fucking wished. I know, man, because that's a great game and on PS4 too.
But anyways, real quick, the kid. This is what we're talking about.
That you fought, or which one?
No, this is a kid in.
In high school that you were like, yeah. I almost said bullied because I don't know how you treated him.
I didn't. I got bullied. I got my nose broken in high school. stood up for somebody, and I kind of maybe was probably like, I think people were trying to be like friendly with me, and I was super like intense with some people, maybe, or dramatic, I guess, or like, what are you saying about? When I look back, but this kid,
were you like a protective dude?
no, I grew up in a town that it was rough, and where I grew up, like I grew up in Redding, California. Now I've kind of gathered that it was rough because I kind of asked for it because I had skinny jeans, you know, down in Southern California, people were like, yeah, everybody wears skinny jeans.
Ties into the Tony Hawk being like, yeah, of
But
course.
I was the only one wearing skinny jeans.
Did you skate?
Yeah, I skated for like 12 years,
'Kay.
13 years, and then I joined the wrestling team.
And was that like punk for like where you were at? Was that like not like
That wasn't. There was a handful of skaters, but it was very like. This is like 2012, 2010.
Yeah.
So but I'm making it sound like it's 1992.
No,
like,
that's when like no, you're not.
Well, because by then in Southern California, everybody's like,
That's what I'm saying.
skateboards.
Redding and Orange County would probably be different in how they viewed skaters.
If you went to Redding in 2005, everything looked like it was still in 2003 or 2001 because it was behind.
Yeah.
By the time I graduated, everybody was wearing Vans and skinny jeans.
Yeah.
But my freshman year, I was the only one guy wearing skinny jeans. So you're asking for it in a town where there's a bunch of like redneck dudes and dudes that probably woke up next to, you know, like horses and shit.
In a trailer somewhere off
these are
45 Bud Lights from the night beforehand.
And not to discredit any of these guys, because some of these dudes were badass dudes.
No, we're discrediting them. No, of course not, dude. That's
Some
not
of
what we're
them-
saying.
But some of them were assholes too, and they
Sure,
were like,
sure.
And
they were part of your upbringing. I get what you're saying, dude.
But I'm glad I grew up there because it's thickened up my skin a little bit. So if I grew up down here where I'm like running around like Blink-182 and blah blah blah, I'd be super
Lincoln
like
Park, dude. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about people that grew up here. I think I would have been like not. I wouldn't have found out who I was if I grew up in a place where I wanted to be.
That's a pretty wise thing to say, man.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
You find out who you are when you're in a place surrounded by people that are definitely not like you, I think.
You know, not to be corny, but if I could relate that to myself, that's kind of what I found since I started doing stand up. Cuz like my whole life you played sports your whole life or no?
No, this is kind of I think there's like a lot of people think I'm like this big bro-y guy that played sports all his life.
Yeah. You look like an end tackle. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is. See,
Okay.
That doesn't even register at
yeah,
all.
Yeah. You know what that is? Yeah. It might not even be a position, but you look like a guy that would just be set up on the. But he's not big enough to be a lineman. But whatever.
You could say
yeah.
you look like a letterman, and I'd be like, yeah.
Never had a varsity jacket. Never got any of that shit.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I joined wrestling. I did that and I think I learned a little bit more of a physical side for myself.
See, when I like you look at you and you're like, this guy went to the army or like it didn't work out. They kicked him out for some reason. That's what it looks like. Just like how I look like a rapist pirate. Yeah, like I literally the same thing.
I've told you look like you went down a lot of mermaids.
I wish, dude.
Just coming up with that sticky like seaweed like lips like
seaweed. Is
fucking
that what we're calling it, dude?
eating out Ariel's butthole.
Man, dude, I used to be attracted to the cartoon Ariel, man. What's the baddest cartoon?
Baddest or goodest?
No, baddest as
like
in
bad. Like you mean like that's bad.
attractive, dude.
Oh, ooh. This is tough.
Really?
Wait, I have to really think about this.
Go for it.
Because I'm a Disney fan.
I mean, Lola Bunny's the one that stands out to me.
Lola Bunny was super hot. I would say
Lindsay Lohan when she was 13. I liked her.
Yeah. Definitely when I
That's
was 13.
not a cartoon. I was just throwing it out there.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna think about this later. I'm like, I should have said that one
because you know a shitload. So that's why I was asking.
The female lion in Lion King or something.
There's your answer.
Jasmine from Aladdin was.
Oh yeah, she was just too clothed for me.
Mulan.
I like to see my sluts being slutty, dude. I just want to see them being putting it all out. Mulan was a dyke.
I don't know. You think that, but isn't it weird? That's why that movie didn't really age well because that That's what I wanted to be, a man's man.
Hold on,
dude
I
from
gotta
that
stop
movie?
you there. How is that movie not aged well? That is the most progressive movie of our time. It's a chick that wants to fight in this Chinese army, and she's like,
That's
I'll
cool.
I'll go trans for this. That's how much I care about this shit.
I know. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's that. How did that not age well?
All I'm trying to say is the dude that's like the commander guy, the badass dude.
Didn't fuck her.
No, he was like kind of like, you kind of like, if you watch it again now, he's like, he was kind of into dudes. Because the whole movie, he's kind of like having this feeling for Mulan that's a guy to her.
It's a feeling of respect, dude.
He was kind of, they had some moments.
Have you ever seen a transvestite and just looked at him and been like, I don't know what you are, but I respect you? That was that man. That's why I'm saying he's very progressive, dude. He was ahead of his time.
Maybe.
He was like, this it can shoot arrows and destroy people, and got stuck in an avalanche. If I remember correctly, there's like this avalanche scene
That
where
scene
they're
was
like,
dope.
where they're like, oh wait, is this a chick? Her tits are perking out, and I could see her nipples. And I was like, oh fuck, that's where she got aired out. They saw in real life you would see her tits sticking out a little bit, but otherwise they gave her respect because she's like, I'll pop this fool with an arrow across the map, like we're in COD, and it's like, okay, she should be a part. It should be a part of this, dude.
All I'm saying is, she's like, I'm a lady, and then he's like, I'm still down, but I'm kind of upset that you're a girl.
Of course, who wouldn't be, dude?
Well, I don't know. But you know who that was hot was the Incredibles mom.
Oh yeah, she was curvaceous. That is true.
And Andy's mom.
Andy from Toy Story. I feel like that.
Did you say Toy Story?
Toy Story. What? Toy Story?
You heard that right?
What the fuck did I say?
What I sounded like a kid. Me asking like my friend, I'm like, hey, what movie do you want to rent for tonight when you sleep?
Toy Story.
Yeah,
let's get Toy Story.
I'm like, I don't know if I want him
Forgive
over
me
again.
for being a little bit inebriated. Fuck, dude. I didn't think that would have to apologize.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that Vic kid. He said Toy Story.
Toy Story. Dude, you know what? That just reminds me of one of the most embarrassing things that happened to me ever. No, because I've already talked about that plenty of times on here. One time I was at a barbecue, a 4th of July barbecue with a bunch of my boys, and one of my boys is a father. We're not boys anymore. He's a father, and his nickname would be Dad. Everybody would just call him Dad. Dad, Dad this, whatever. Bro, I was just like you said, a couple happy dads in, and I was like, yo, mommy. Bro, everybody at the barbecue froze. It was one of the most, just because I was tipsy and I just confused dad and mommy, and I was like, oh man, I fucked up my whole masculinity in this. Everybody viewed me different after that, just like you are right now. You're looking at me like, dude, what?
Hey, you gotta try things out, I guess.
Yeah, I wasn't trying it out, dude. I was not trying to get embarrassed like that, but I'm just saying, just wanted to share that out. Air out my dirty laundry real quick, dude.
We've all been there.
Call a man mommy real quick and see how you feel afterwards, dude. Not a great feeling.
What were you trying to
I needed his attention. I was
achieve?
Like, no achievements. He was literally working the grill. That's why it was even more embarrassing. You see a guy that's working the grill, flipping ribs and shit. You're like, yo, mommy, you want a Coors? And it's like, oh, fuck. I'll go change my maxi pad real quick. Let me step back.
Was
from
he a
this
badass dude?
No, not at all.
Why do people call him Dad?
Because he was a father.
That's fucking.
How old are you?
I'm gonna be 30 in June.
Jesus Christ, Gage! I thought you were like 2 years older than me. That's not even that much older.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I don't know.
I'm 26.
Some angles
I just turned
you
26.
look like a fucking.
I look like
general.
a haggard man. Yeah, I know. I look like I've lived through a war, like half of a war, and like done some shit. But I haven't. I just don't take care of myself. That's all. That's just what it is.
Hey, I guess that. Yeah.
You're not my therapist, dude. We're just having fun, dude. We're just talking, dude. You look good. You look like you get Botox too often.
Botox?
What is it that makes your skin fucking like not wrinkly? I got crow eyes.
I'm super wrinkled. I got crow eyes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got.
You
good
don't
lighting
laugh
right
though.
Now. Maybe that's what it is. Or I laugh. My cheeks cushion it, and then it doesn't get up here. But I got this going on. That's why I try to, I guess, bring it down here.
Yeah, the forehead, let that shit hang, dude. That's a badge of honor, dude. But hold on, actually, real quick, speaking of like crow eyes and feeling like a bitch having to change my maxi pad because I called someone mommy. Your pops, dude. Tell me a little bit about your pops. This isn't an interview, but I kind of want to know. I've heard you talk about him on stage only.
My dad's name is David Johnson. He's from Dallas, Forney, Texas. It's outside of Dallas. He's a sheet metal worker.
Okay.
He used to ride bulls in Corona.
For fun.
For fun.
Okay.
And he was a Marine.
Oh shit! I didn't know that part. I don't think. Okay.
Yeah. And
wow, he was a Marine. Damn, badass motherfucker.
I think it's a lot of that. Oh, as it should be. You know, our parents are big inspiration on, or they're not inspirations, but like
huge influence,
imprints on us. Like as that's what parents are
as people, for sure.
They raise you. And I was growing up as I think I was really naive growing up. I was really like, I don't know, I wanted to draw and I was like into nerdy stuff like I am. But then people see my exterior and they're like, Marine cowboy guy or whatever. And I wasn't like trying to do that in high school at all. I think anybody in my hometown, if they saw...
You said you were wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah.
And shit.
I bought cowboy boots when I moved to Orange County. Which I thought was hilarious, and I'll own up to it. Whenever somebody goes like, "How big's your truck?" or whatever, I'm like, "I don't have a truck. I have a Mazda 3." Like,
yeah, I was gonna say you should fuck with them, dude.
But you know, and I grew up around some dudes that were really like wearing boots to school with mud all over them and stuff, and
really,
yeah, and they had big trucks and stuff.
Was your pop? How was your pops when he was he cool with you being into skating and into liking Disney? Or
absolutely
like,
not.
No. How would he react to that shit?
All right, here we go.
It's all right, man. We're just talking.
We'd go Disney. I'm like, I hate this shit. Like, he would just feel like he was probably paying for it too, and he's just like, oh my god, this is the worst Disney.
By the way, you don't need it till all the way. You could sit up straight. You're good.
See, this is what I've been.
You don't need to. I don't want you to crank your neck doing my fucking podcast.
I saw the chiropractor today.
Yeah.
And then I had a lot of skateboarding. I'm just trying to get a good angle. Are we a good angle?
You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
So I'm into skateboarding, and I have all these like pictures of all my favorite pros all over the wall. And
where'd you get those? How would you get them?
Cut out from like Trans World magazine.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And my dad would be like, Trans World, what does that mean? Like, no, I'm just kidding.
No,
he didn't say that, but that's kind of... He probably wouldn't deny it in 2005
for
if he
sure.
heard that.
Oh no, I could definitely.
He's a lot different now. I'll say.
You don't need to vouch for Mr. Johnson.
Well, yeah, I just don't want everybody to be like, "What's wrong with that guy?" But he was just, you know, it was a different time, man.
No man.
And people change and grow. But he'd be like, all these skateboarders are probably gay drug addicts. Like, I was like. And like he'd be like, "Does all the other boys wear a white belt at school?" Because I had like a white belt, and I'm like, "No." And like. It was rough, man.
Do you think that was like a sign for I'll take it in the ass or something?
Like,
Probably.
Yeah, I'm just gonna connect that. And on top of that, I got my ass kicked in high school. I got
by your dad or by people?
By my dad in high school.
Okay,
my dad showed up to high school. And
I told Simon the other week, like the gayest thing my dad did was not beat my ass enough. He should have beat my degenerate ass into the dirt way more.
My dad never like beat me, but it was kind of like more of like a get your shit together and like loud and like just very like, and I think it was because you need to know the like what I think it's. I'm not speaking to parents of the world of like how you should raise your kids.
Take parenthood advice from a comic Gage Johnson
wearing a hockey shirt,
drinking 14 Happy Dads to the dome. Yeah,
sorry.
make sure you listen. Dude, we're having fun, dude.
On
we're
a
having
Tuesday.
Fun. Shout out Tony. What up, brother?
Shout out Tony. Thank you guys for having us here. But no, I think he was trying to instill like how scary men could be.
Yeah,
like. And I don't think a lot of kids or people I meet nowadays were raised with that, so they just walk around
for sure
talking shit like they don't know what could
happen. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, like, bro. I know what you're saying, man.
You know, I've had to tell some people in my life, like, dude, you know what that guy over there can do to you if he like,
or if he heard you talk that way, and he will put you in your fucking place. Like,
well, and not even that. It's like everybody will go to jail, or you could get really hurt, or like, you know, like that. So I think that my dad was kind of like that. And now we've talked about it. He's like, man, I kind of was really hard on you. Like, he always thought I was up to something. Like growing up, he always thought I was like, yeah. And I was
maybe just because you were different than him. He just didn't get it.
Yeah, we never. And he worked. He was gone the whole entire week, most of the time in the Bay Area. He would get up at 2 a.m., drive to San Francisco from Redding, which is almost a 3-hour drive, then start
That's
work.
an insane commute. Wow.
Work
from 6
9
a.m.
hours
working with metal.
Yeah, sheet
and
metal.
then come home late night.
Well, he would stay there most of the week, and then he'd come. He'd come home if I had a basketball game, because he really wanted me to.
Right there,
he
man.
wanted me to play basketball. I did not want to play basketball, and then all the kids on my team, because I was tall. I was this tall in like 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like we worked our asses off, and you just walked on because you're tall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to be here either. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I got made to be
You're
here.
like, if you give me the ball, I don't know what to do with it. Like, what? Sure.
So that was also like, I don't want any trouble. My dad also wanted me to show, like, learn discipline and being on a team and
For
stuff.
sure.
That's important.
As a I would say as a good father would do. They would want that for their son.
Yeah,
man.
you can't just I think there's a lot of years where we just didn't connect on that wavelength. Or
I still haven't. I don't think I've really connected with my father. Like we don't. He understands my life, but he doesn't get it. If that makes sense. Like he gets what I'm trying to do, but doesn't understand it. If that makes sense in any way. Same way he was in the army in Yugoslavia, communist country at the time. He would be toting around a fucking M4 with a K9. He would box for fun. He's been a contractor for 30 years. For him, seeing me on stage with a microphone talk about, oh, this Starbucks order was weird. He's like, what are you doing? Like, what is this again? Like, so like, it's not like a form of masculinity, but I get what you're saying. It's like they see things absolutely different, man. I used to skate too. I skated for the longest time. He put me in sports for decades. I love sports, still do. And like I would always like want to make him happy. Like I hope my pop sees me get this assist. Like I hope he sees me hopefully get this goal. And if I get on a collegiate team, that'll be that'll make him proud,
I wanted them to be happy dads.
Yeah, dude, exactly. We all want we all want our fathers to be happy dads at the end of the day, bro. Whichever way possible, however way possible.
We're not getting
dude.
paid to do this at all, but
hopefully though. Hopefully at some point. That's the goal, man.
Up?
That is the goal. Speaking of, I guess that's a perfect intro is instead of talking about depressing fatherhood.
Okay, all right.
No, what?
Oh, I feel like we got a good riff going right here about
let's keep
our
going.
Fathers.
Our fathers, man. My father.
I
In the
think-
name of the Father
I
and
think
the Son.
I think showing my dad's a hardworking guy, and I think
yeah.
you can. My dad's starting to.
Do you have
see
any
that
siblings, real quick?
I have a brother.
Brother. Okay.
Yeah, my brother Zach. He's a cool dude. He's like me, but I think showing our parents that we're taking the effort they put into other things in our life, into stuff that we like, and having that same discipline, kind of shows them like, hey, we're gonna do this. Or
my parents, my father especially, put like every ounce I could tell probably of work or any of his enthusiasm was just to better my life and my sister's life.
Yeah.
Which is like I respect that so much. And then when he sees me, like taking 6 years to graduate college and like start doing open mics and doing my own podcast, he's like, how is this going to benefit you? How are you going to make, whether it's financial, whether it's whatever career goal, how is that going to better you? And like I don't blame him. And I hope like he gets that. Like you can't blame him.
I think they do. I really do, and it just shows that
he was a performer, by the way. He used to be, so like before he came to the States, he was in a band. He played the accordion and the keyboard.
I'm seeing
and
like a 19 like it's. I know your dad does.
If you saw a 1984 picture of Zeph, dude, shout out my
Zeph?
big bro, dude. Zeph, even more manly than Jeff. He had to put a Z on.
That is
dude.
a sick name, Zeph.
Yeah,
I love
Shout
that.
out Zeph. I've never said his
But
name.
I'm just imagining you being like in the 80s, like in the flashback, like you play yourself, like your dad.
Yeah.
Or no, you play your dad
As me.
as you. You play your dad.
Yeah.
But he's the flashback scene, and he's like got an accordion, but he's just like slaying with the ladies.
Dude, Zeph was the bro. Definitely one
Zeph
of the.
got some.
Zeph got some muff. That's
Zeph
what
got
they
some-
called it back
Zeph
in his
got
day.
some hefts.
some heifers, some pigs laying around.
Hey,
dude.
I mean that got to do what you got to do
No,
when you're playing that accordion.
I'm sure he did all right, dude. I'm sure he did all right. But no, like you're saying, talking about pops, man. Like, yeah, they definitely have a huge influence in our lives, man, and what we do. Like,
I think my dad, he totally like gets it, or he's just kind of like he knows I'm not gonna stop, and like there's like dealing with quarantine and all this stuff I've been through, and like my dad finally he said like one of the nicest things to me. He was like, "You're like." I always forget the horse. It's a horse that starts with an S.
Horse? That starts Worcestershire sauce.
Nope. But what's like a stallion? He's like, you're like
S. I'm thinking H. Those are similar letters, right?
S and H?
Obviously fucking right. Yes, yeah.
Happy dad. No, he'd call me and he's like, "You're like a stallion, man. You're like, you just don't stop. Like he's just
black." He was
like,
saying,
"I'll take that too." But
yeah, it's pretty cool.
And that was like the nicest thing my dad said to me. He's like, regardless of what people tell you, you just
keep at it and you keep working.
And I've learned I do that, but I've just tried to like grow as I do that and try to open my mind a bit more, because I think you don't grow until you open your mind.
It's how you became friends with me, because you stopped being like this fucking cockhead.
I was like, that's what I learned too. I was like, finally one day, I was on the fence about all these new the world views and stuff, and I had to grow. I was like, I'm not homophobic. I'm not against trans. So I was like, I'll be cool with this Vic guy. Girl, they, them,
It, yeah. Like it's all right. They'll be around. So I'll accept it.
I was like, I have friends that are trans.
No, we actually do now. Actually, I do.
I do.
I don't know.
I do have, and they're fucking hilarious people.
Cool. Hell yeah. I love how you have to give that.
They are.
No, I was just about to ask you something, dude.
We're talking about our dads.
Yeah, our dads. Yeah. Jesus, dude. It's fine. It was gonna be stand-up related, dude. And I don't want to. Some people like hearing about stand-up. Some people don't. It's funny. Like, I loved a lot of podcasts that did talk about the ins and outs of.
Let's just talk about whatever.
Oh, this is what it was. Perfect. Found it. How often or how did it happen where they would be asking you, "Hey, are you getting paid from that?" Or like, "How much are you making from this?"
I get that quite often.
Okay.
And it's not the people that are gonna get hurt, I think, are too worried about getting paid right away.
I'm talking about receiving it from your family, and then we could talk about the other
people.
people.
Wait.
Like, how did your parents, your father maybe, because my mother's very supportive, so is my dad, but they always ask.
I'm very blunt with them. I tell them, like, I'm probably going to get paid nothing, or I don't tell them about the slotted mics where you're paying $5 to go bomb.
Yeah.
That is a thing, Mom and Dad, but
yeah, we pay for stage time. One way or another.
It happens, and but it's an investment of time. I think that the money, it's an investment of time. Just doing it over and over and over again, and it's kind of like, I think that's how comedy in general as an industry is. Like, if you're worried about making money at all,
you're worried on the wrong thing.
You're fucked, man.
You're thinking about
and
the wrong thing.
And then you're gonna make a lot of money if you get better, and you do your time, and then you're making a lot of money.
Yeah, then you learn and
but
shit.
It's kind of like this. It's not like it's not like a job where you just, oh, my minimum wage went up, or I got a raise. It's just like, oh, I got money. Like,
yeah, there's like no, like you were talking about, if you break off from a main river into a creek or whatever, there's no like avenue that's paved.
No, and it's not like you're gonna get your ducks in a row. I've only learned this through like other comics who just like, because I'm like, oh, they must be millionaires or whatever, and you find out
they had to have their Uber taken care of by their girlfriend. Like, yeah. Exactly. Like, I know. Yeah, they're like, I couldn't afford this $30 ride, and this beer was for free. Hopefully, I'll be big one day.
And it's kind of upsetting to see the first time, but then you go, oh wait, like the more I see in front of me, and the more of like the reality I get of it, it's easier to be like, I know what I got to do. It's kind of the hard, like, I feel like that's what I've learned recently. Is like, I still have a lot of time to develop as a comic, but like, I've learned what it's gonna be like if I don't do this or that, or stick with this, and yeah.
That's one of the coolest things I think about being in comedy, man, is there is no rules.
There is no rules.
And you just kind of learn as you go, and you can make the rules as you go. Speaking of, like, we're literally here at Respectful Choices CBD, and we're doing a podcast here for fun, and we got an open mic after this, and we're doing a 420 show in 2 days. So it's like, if nobody decided to do that, it wouldn't happen. If that makes sense. Like, this show wouldn't have just popped up out of nowhere.
But it takes like just doing it.
That realization.
Like, there's no one calling, like, there's nothing being set up for you. You know, like, because you're doing it on your own. You're your own wind, like, in the ocean pushing yourself, like your boat, you know? Like, there's no other breeze. And you have to, and then as time goes on, you have friends and people that hit you up, and you get a group of people that support each other. And that keeps the momentum alive. I feel like I'm learning that because
for sure.
We were talking about how you felt, you know, sometimes in the comedy scene, you're like, I don't feel like I belong or I don't connect with people.
For sure, yeah.
I think it's a sign of uniqueness when you're kind of like, I don't feel like this group of people, because these people are kind of doing the same thing or they have the same voice.
Yeah.
It's just like you got to just being it's kind of like when I was talking about growing up and where I grew up. It's like you learn who you are in a group of people.
I learned that in this scene, bro. I mean, not to be corny and gay anymore, but like, yeah, like you
be grateful for that.
Yeah, I lost a decent amount. We were talking about it earlier. Like, I lost like a decent amount of friends before and after I started stand-up because of it.
Oh, really?
Like, they didn't get it. And they were like, because I would crack jokes on them, and they didn't like that. And it's like, you have to know, like you're saying, who you fit in with. And like, in this, I found out people that I can fuck with, and I can drink their Red Bull in front of people and just see how long it takes for them to get pissed off.
Pretty gross.
Yeah, but I had fun with it.
I thought I had strep throat for the last.
No, you didn't, dude. If
3 days
anything, it would have been
after that.
chlamydia because I had sex with some prostitute right beforehand.
Okay.
No, obviously not, dude. This is just, yeah, you find out where you fit in, you know? Like, whether it is sports, whatever the fuck it is, and not to be, again, corny and stuff, but for sure, doing stand-up, I figured out the bros. I learned a lot about the bros. And like you said, you were like, you come off as like a guy that came straight off a Navy boat, and you're like, no, dude, I like Disney, and I like make Lego sets for fun, and I shred a tech deck when I get off work. Like, that's what I do for fun.
Yeah.
Like, for fun, I was like, not for fun. I snowboard for fun. I love snowboarding.
You do look like an SSX. Is it SX?
SSRX.
No, SX.
XSXR?
No. We got some people that know pop culture about
I'm pretty sure it's
SSX tricky character. You look like an SSX tricky.
I'll take your word on it because you
look like an unlockable character for sure.
If I put on a pair of like Oakleys to the side right here that just faced that way, and I was just shredding a 40-foot jump for no reason, I probably could be one of those bros, dude. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, what you asked, like, what I like do for fun that you would like maybe not expect, or like hobbies, dude. I'll play it after this. I just got into like different genres of music. I grew up only thinking rap and rock and roll. Like, that's it. Like, those are the only music you can listen to, and then like country or pop, like that you hear on the radio. I was like, that shit's gay. Like, I like Eazy-E. I like Dr. Dre. I like these guys. I like Biggie. And then I venture out, and I'm like, dude, I'll go to a show, a folk country show. I'd love to go to one of those and just have a great time.
Oh, I like that kind of music too.
Yeah, like, I didn't know that about. That's something I'm like, oh shit, that's new to me. Like, I'm into it for sure. And I didn't know that beforehand. Like I said,
that's called growing. It's like not
so close-minded.
blocking everything off in your life, because like, you don't grow. You die young if you don't open up your mind. And my grandmother said, listening doesn't hurt, but listening to Grateful Dead does hurt, because it's one of the worst fucking bands of my entire life. I'm in a weed shop, and I'm gonna get probably shot
here
saying
first.
that.
I was just gonna say, there's gonna be. I mean, if there's there's people probably in the back right now that are shaking their heads like very.
Somebody in the
off.
background is doing a gesturing a sniper rifle at me right now.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
saying that.
They're about to like. Not,
yeah, I fucking said it.
You said John Wick earlier, dude. They're gonna make sure.
No, John Wick's a good movie. It's that movie. I was like really tired, and some girl just like slit her wrist, and it was like, was that what's that song?
She's in a bathhouse, right? When she does it, isn't she in like a
yeah?
tub?
But it had that song playing like that song. It probably wasn't, but it was like that one that's
Could
like,
have played a Nirvana
dreams
song.
are made of Edens.
Really?
Who am I to? And I was like,
Disagree.
and I was so tired. I was like, okay, it's time to go to bed. This is a little too intense for me right now at
No,
2
dude,
a.m. to be.
That's real life, dude.
But I'm sure somebody's killed themselves to that song, probably somewhere.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Bud Dwyer. That's an amazing way to go out, dude. You know who that is?
Who's Bud Dwyer?
Oh man, we'll watch his thing on Reddit right now.
How much beers can he knock back? Because he sounds like he could knock back a lot.
Probably more than
Bud
probably
Dwyer.
20 easily.
Bud Dwyer knocked back 20
Holy shit!
buds
You don't
the other
know?
night.
Do you know who Bud Dwyer is? Bud Dwyer was, I believe, either a small town politician or even smaller school district, like head of a county in a school district, and he got caught laundering hella money. And at a press conference in front of the news and in front of all of the community, he pulled a 44 out of an envelope.
I remember this.
And put it in his mouth and just disintegrated his skull in front of everybody. So you could do that, or you can progress, like you were saying.
Like
hey,
my idea, like the Christmas lights,
Yeah.
and like
That's why I asked if you own a firearm, because, dude,
get colorful with it. You know, I mean, that's pretty metal, right? That way. My other way, I didn't say it earlier. I got it from the show Viva La Bam back in the day.
oh, damn, shout out.
It's either how I would go out if I died already, or maybe if I was like, fuck it, you get in a Superman costume and you jump out of a plane.
Dude, you're metal as fuck. That's like one of the worst ways to die. You want 2 minutes suspended in
Or if
air?
I'm already dead, I want somebody to throw me out. That's what the guy said, and I said that's the most genius way. Like
You're already dead and you just want to get splattered on Earth?
there's no, but everybody's like, oh my god, it's Superman, and I'm just like right in the middle of a Ralph's
Again,
parking
comedic
lot.
effect. He's going for the comedic effect, like on his own after-death suicide. That's insane. How do you feel about
Punchline.
what's it called? A dual homicide, or what's it called? A dual suicide, I think it's called. Yeah, where two people kill themselves together.
I don't know about this. This is getting kind of scary and dark.
No, that's fine.
This is. I like how I was dark and I'm like, not yours, mine. Like I was like,
Just because I'm trying to write this bit, not trying to. I've just thought about it because I think it's funny, and
wait,
I don't.
is it where you bomb and then the audience hate it so much that you're thinking about killing yourself and then they're like, we'll kill ourselves too? Is dual suicide?
No, because I hope I don't bomb that bad. I just meant like
that's the worst bomb ever. Don't you think? If they were like, we feel sad about.
Yeah, and we want to
living.
walk out of here so depressed. No, that's not what I was going. No. I was. That would be very depressing. But I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna ask. No, about a bomb.
We're bombing right now.
No, we're not. No.
I said my favorite bomb joke the other day though.
What?
We were here and we had a Vietnam veteran, and he was like, we were talking before the mic, and he was super nice guy. His name's Ken, and I was like, you're gonna see more bombs than you ever have, Ken.
Oh yeah, he wasn't fond of all those jokes. He did not. He was not.
And I was like, what was
Could
your,
have been
give us
too-
some Vietnam jokes, Ken? And he was like, there was no time for jokes. And I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
badass.
That's again going back to being a real man and masculinity. Yeah. Ken, he's like, I'm at a comedy show where I'm not getting paid enough to hear these fucking idiots talk about their small penises. I don't care that much about it, but
We got to get him to laugh, though.
no, we will.
Is he coming back? Hey, Tony. How are you? Oh,
Chilling.
man,
You want to make a cameo real quick, Tony?
Please.
You want to say what up real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Just
Please, please.
Pop in the cam real quick, right around the corner.
Hey guys.
Everybody, this is Tony. This guy's the man right here.
Dude,
What's up,
Tony.
guy?
How's it going? Peace. Hey.
Just say what up.
Much
to the
love.
cam
What's
real
up,
quick.
man? Yeah.
Shout out if you'd like.
Shout out to the boys here. We're gonna have a great show tonight. I'm excited. Been waiting for this, and it's happening. All right. Thank you very
Dude.
much. Peace, love.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Tony.
Let's do it. All right, guys.
None of this could have happened without Tony.
Really,
Tony's
really.
making this shit happen.
And it's,
No, it is absolutely true. None of this shit could be going down without Tony, and he's the man. He's the fucking bro.
and
Of course,
and Simon
of course.
and Joe.
My boy Simon.
Everybody involved here at Respectful Choices. I was gonna ask, dude, not your worst bomb, because everybody's had like a terrible bomb, dude. But is there like
Oh, I have. What can I? I'll do.
Tell me
I'll tell
about
you a
it.
good one.
Yes. I'm here. I'm more than eager to hear.
I bombed at the Brea Improv one time so bad, and it was 400 fucking people, and I went to Yard House after, right next door, and I just wanted to be alone and just kind of like you can't get outside of yourself when you
No,
bomb.
I know. Yeah,
You just
I know, yeah.
and like there's nowhere you can go. Like I remember I was searching, I was already by myself, but you're searching for a more even quieter place.
Like you're looking to like be like a bear and hibernate. You're like,
Yeah.
I just want to go away from everything.
I got a shot sent over to me, and it's from this guy across the bar, and I take it, and then he comes over, and he's with his family, and he gives me $50, and he was like, hey man, it's all good. He's like, here's $50, and I was like, somebody just, I guess I got paid because of how much, but he was like, he's like, hang in there, and he gave me money. I was like, oh, this is even lower, but thank you. And it was happy hour though, so I got, a lot to go.
Dude,
That hurt.
I would. Oh my god. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you about when I asked if you had a firearm before I saw Tony peeking in. Dude, that's crazy.
That hurt a lot.
I hope somebody else drove you home that night, because
Oh,
if that
yeah.
was me, I would have blacked out off that $50 and be like, I don't deserve this at all. Because this is the bit. That's what it was, man. We weren't bombing, dude. We're just having fun, bro. I'm an epileptic, what's it called? I have epilepsy and, when you can't sleep? Insomniac with depression, and I own a firearm. So, like, that's a great combination to have me around. Like, I feel like
It's not boring.
I drink too much, too. I'm afraid if I should throw alcoholic in that tag, too, because it could just add more character.
You're just a comic. Just say you're a comic.
Yeah, I
You
know.
don't have to get all like Anthony Kiedis Scar Tissue novel right now. Like,
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just
What?
saying like that just would, if I just mentioned that on stage just to set the tone, people would probably be super like happy, right? They'd probably like, oh, this guy has positive material and like has good insights on things.
Wait, what was the positive? You just
Absolutely none.
Well, you were being real.
Yeah, I know, but
I think
I'm saying like none of that makes sense. Like none of it makes sense. And as far as comedy goes, like should it I don't know.
Well, I have a girlfriend and I play with Lego and Tech till.
That's also
done with my beers.
doesn't make any Yeah.
So
shout out
this
to
is
your
what makes.
girlfriend.
Yeah, my girlfriend Tasha. She just moved in too. She was like, "Hey, let's move in with this guy." You know, I don't know, and just it kind of makes the world go around, I guess.
Okay, because this
in
can
comedy
this can be corny, but
is these juxtaposes we have.
how is it, dude, having a significant other knowing you do stand up, man? Because I've asked a few comics that as like a weirdo trying to just like get notes and be like studious of it, because I can't imagine, like you just said, bro, getting paid $50 by a guy and he just sent you a shot over and you're like, I don't deserve this. I feel terrible. And then you have a loving lady there that's like, oh no, you're good, Gage. Like that was a great show. And you're like in your head, I could have hit that tag. I forgot this joke. I didn't time this right. I should have brought this guy up in a different way. All these things that run through your head, and then you have a loving lady there. Like I just can't imagine that even being possible, bro.
Well, I think it's because she's seen all the punches I've had, at me. And
How did that even happen, bro? How did you find a girl that was cool enough to be down with
we
that?
met each other, and then she came out to this monthly show I used to do at the Mulberry in Fullerton, and that was the Christmas show I think we did, and it was a shit show, man. Like nobody was watching us, and I was just talking over like
Bar show,
50,
right?
Yeah, definitely. If you're talking about it's the bar show of bar shows.
Yeah.
There was 50 people. There was teachers there.
You got the Lakers going.
Some lady just stood up in the middle of it. She's like, "Shut the fuck up!" And I was like, hey, "Say hi to my third grade teacher,
You
everybody."
see, Simon, how blessed we are, and we are grateful for something like this, dude. Like that. Oh my god.
It was, and she was there, and she knew that like the week before I had done the Comedy Store, and I'm gonna name drop, and everybody goes, "I don't want to name drop." I went up like 2 spots after Bill Burr and the Belly Room, and
That's major, man.
not even saying that doesn't say like how good a comedy.
Yeah,
was,
I know.
'cause
That's
just,
not even like that's just name
it's not
dropping.
like they were like, we're gonna have Gage go up after, like they didn't. He just went in there. He popped in, and I remember I did actually pretty well. I'll still say I did pretty well. I've
Hell
bombed
yeah.
quite a bit after that, but I remember that was like this feeling of like, oh, this is what that feeling is, and I don't want to let it go away, like, ever. Like, this is the greatest.
That's why you're addicted and you keep doing it.
Yeah, it's not even close to any roller coaster I've ever rid or, good
Any
night.
skate trick you've ever landed, like
Just any moment. It was just like I walked to the green room by myself and I sat there, and it was like that. It was like that good version of wanting to be alone for a second, and I sat
so you
there
can
in
sink in the moment.
and I just sat there, and I was like so like happy, but I just didn't want anybody to see how happy I was.
Yeah.
And then
Was it a sense of like embarrassment, or was it just like let me have this to myself?
because I don't want people like thinking I'm like celebrating everything or like.
Isn't that weird though? Like, why can't we celebrate this
I
shit?
do now
You do now?
Now I'll be honest with somebody.
I'm
I
not
go-
there yet, dude.
Well, if somebody goes like, I'll like talk to somebody like, I know I did good tonight. That's very far and few, because there's times where people go, and I'll go, oh, that was kind of middle of the road, or I'll go, no, and they'll be like, that was so good, and because I just know I know that feeling. It's like a release, like it's like a chemical release in my body, and I'm like, I'm not getting that right now,
Yeah.
and which is really weird because sometimes I'll be like, and then somebody will be like, that was your best thing. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I thought, they're like, no. So it's, but it's up for discretion, I guess. But she stuck it out, dude. Like, my girlfriend has actually pushed me more than anybody has pushed me before to do better.
That's awesome, dude.
As far as like, because comedy, I've learned is like, you have to be kind of egocentric as far as promoting when you have like making these flyers. Like, I have flyers with me in the front or whatever.
We'll throw them in. Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, I cringe at it, but there's like moments where like you have to do that to yourself. You have to be like, kind of like, I support me. I can't be hiding behind the curtains. I got to build something for myself in a positive and like kind of in a realistic way. Like, I'm not headlining these shows, but it's like I'm posting it, or
you're doing a lot, dude. Yeah,
you
I
wanna
know
put
what
your
you're saying. You're
value
being
in
humble,
your
but
name.
yeah.
The greatest thing a person can have as far as their ownership is their name, and promoting that and knowing I don't know. I got kind of deep in TED
No,
Talk
you're
right now.
not. It's okay. This is what we're just talking,
So
bro. And
she
that's
saw me through, like, I was doing very well before quarantine. I as far as I was almost moving too fast. I got asked
we've
to go.
talked about it. Yeah,
We've
yeah,
talked.
we've talked
I haven't
about
talked about it on
it. It's
anything.
okay if you feel comfortable. You don't need to. It's okay.
Let's go into it.
If you want
how much
to.
time do we have? Are we good
I
on
don't know.
time?
What are we at?
Hour, 2 minutes.
We got like
Cut.
at least 20 more if you want.
I would like to. Yeah,
Keep
I want
going.
to.
Talk.
I haven't talked to anybody about
Let's
this.
talk about it.
Right before quarantine, I was doing a lot. I was hustling, but I think I was a little ahead of myself as far as like, I thought it was this. I'm gonna quotation because a lot of people that start off like, "Oh, I headlined." I'm like, "You haven't headlined."
Shout out Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, I'm sure I look like I'm a
No, you
fan
don't.
of fucking.
Stop. No, you don't. Oh, look like a fan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Let's look and I looked.
I
at
thought you were gonna say you look like an opener of his. I was like, no, you.
No, I looked at pictures and I'm like, I get it.
Yeah,
Like,
people would think you would wear Thick Boy merch. Yeah.
just like when people are like, you look like an all right piece of shit, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah,
I get that too. It's fun. Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
it's
change my
fun.
face.
It's fun.
But and I grew my hair out during quarantine, like year length. So right before quarantine, I got asked to go on this tour from this comic, and they were like 4 months, paid travel, paid stay, blah 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 blah. And I was like, this is it.
That's
I drove out
that's
to
like as any kind of performer, but dude, as a struggling comic, that's like insane, dude.
But
That's,
I actually, the thing is, I wasn't struggling. That's why.
how were
everyth-
you not struggling?
But like not like how, because I wasn't hitting as hard as I should have.
hitting what?
Like I wasn't hitting them. Everything was kind of coming too easy,
Okay,
and so
you
And
weren't
that-
doing 5 mics a night.
this is why it circles back to the beginning. I want to get to this point.
Go. I'm sorry if I'm cutting you. Go.
I was doing all these shows, and I thought everything was like in a good process, and I think I thought I deserved these things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this comic hit me up, and I drove out to Studio City. He's like, we're gonna do this and X, Y, and Z. You're gonna be hosting X, Y, and Z. This money, and I'm like, oh my god, this is great. I get
It's
paid.
insane.
And
It's
so-
a dream, dude.
I'm doing it, and I told the improv, I'm like, I'm leaving, and they're like, we're happy for you. I'm about to put my 2 weeks in. It was March 26th.
What day did Kobe die? Does anybody know that?
It was kind of like a domino effect. Kobe died. There was this gray. I remember that day when Kobe died. There was it was a cloud. Like everything was super cloudy.
I remember that day very vividly. Yeah. I was in Big Bear when that.
And they were like, because he couldn't get through with the helicopter, and it was cloudy. It was too cloudy.
Yeah.
He
explain. No, you were on this. You were explaining how you got hit for this tour, and you were.
So I got hit by this tour, and then that was like February 20th, and then I was about to put my 2 weeks in, and that was March 28th, and everything shut down. And I was like, oh, this will last 2 weeks. This is good. And then somebody, people around me were like, you should go get a job maybe. Might last a little longer than. I was like, no. And then it started getting real bad.
And you put your 2 weeks in already at the club.
No, I hadn't.
Okay. You were planning on
I'm so glad I didn't. And I ended up working at a butchery. I met a lot of people that I got fucking humbled, dude. Like, I didn't talk.
Doesn't life do that to you sometimes?
Oh,
man?
dude, I was so grateful. Like, and
it really slaps you in the face and it puts you in your place, man.
I didn't even talk about comedy. Like, my hair was growing down and I was just quiet. I had this mask over me. I looked like Bane if he stopped working out. And just started growing out his hair. And somebody said something about a podcast and they're like, do you like blah, blah, blah? And I was like, oh, no. What happened was that shirt he's wearing, or Vic's wearing, you're wearing, I'm like breaking the fourth wall right now with people
You're good.
behind. Somebody came in to the butchery wearing that, and I wasn't there. And somebody was like, somebody walked in with your name on a shirt. Like, what do you do?
Why?
And then I was like, I do comedy. They're like, we've been talking about comedy and Joe Coy and all this stuff, and you haven't said anything. And I was like, yeah, I was so depleted. And then, yeah, man, it was a humbling time, and I had the time to realize what I needed to do, and I learned there's a long...
Because after that, I'm assuming that tour got canceled. Those dates were pushed back.
My buddy ended up kind of burning a bridge with that person and called me and said, hey, but he was happy about it, and I laugh at it now because he called me at like 9 a.m., and I'm covered in like chicken and beef and all this shit, and I go outside.
And blood and shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's up? What's the good news? He's like, yeah, so-and-so said this, and I told him to fuck off, and I was like,
oh yeah, that's how you burn a bridge for sure.
I was like, so what? And he's like, we don't need him, and I was like, we do need him.
We absolutely need him. We absolutely fucking need him.
Do you know where I'm at right now?
Yeah.
And so, but is what I needed, and I knew that. Like, I was like, I know this next part of my life, this little chapter is gonna hurt for a while, but it's what I needed, and now. That's why when I see people walk into places that want to be comics and stuff, and they're not want to be, you are a comic. Somebody said that to me one time. They're like, oh, he's trying to be a comic. I am a comic. You fucking sign up. You're there. You're a comic that night. It's just like.
No, for sure.
So I apologize for saying that.
Don't even apologize, dude. You're good. Gage.
We're both doing it.
We're both.
We got to speak that into existence. We're going to
sure.
bomb probably tonight. I don't know. I am, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Enjoy the ride.
If you want me to bomb, I'll bomb.
No,
I'll go up there and bomb tonight. I don't give a shit.
I chase it now. These open mics, we chase it.
If I can get...
We should get a shirt that says open mic bomb chasers.
Honestly, I kind of like that idea.
Sounds kind of tough, huh?
I kind of like that idea. I'm not even joking. Holy shit.
It's like next to Daredevil.
Yeah, it's almost like you mentioned Viva La Bam and Bam Margera before. They're like, yeah, we chase this fucking thrill of not doing good.
I'm gonna do a Viva Bam impression of him going to the mic. He's like, yo, so what we're gonna do is Vito's over here, Ryan's over here, we're gonna go bomb at an open mic. Check it out, here we go. And then he runs, he does this crazy thing, and some CKY song starts playing. Anyways,
CKY, you're cutting in, dude. Hell yeah.
That's the song I'd play probably as I go. How's that song go? And they're just right into Newport Rocks, right by the ocean.
You got the bros behind the cam going in. But I wanted to say this before we cut it off. Yeah. We don't have to necessarily, but we do have the 420 show that I don't know if are you headlining that? Okay. Doesn't matter. But Gage is on it. So am I. So is the bro Simon. And Joe, are you on it? We might have a full lineup. But we got that on 420 this Thursday. And then my man right here, he's been talking about his history and his work in the game. And he's got a show the following day, 421, that I don't know. I've been trying to convey to you the past few days how much of a big deal it is to have it sponsored by Happy Dad. That's legit as fuck. That rules. So we're gonna obviously put the ticket link and all that information in the video and all shit. But if you don't mind, just how much effort goes into that? Because I know it's a lot, dude.
It's a lot, and I'll just say this real quick. I've learned. I want to say this to like a lot of comedians out there that are trying to do stuff.
It's probably a quarter to half of listening to this podcast are comics.
I mean, be funny, obviously, and write a lot.
That's
and
the
just
main goal,
write.
first goal.
And I still got a long road with that. But just give. A lot of people, I think, are thinking about how they line up and they take and line up and they take and how do I get on this? Make something. Like how we were talking about how no one made this for us. We were like, we're going to go film a podcast.
We made it happen together. Yeah.
Maxwell Farms is like, I'm going to do this thing and we're going to go over. It's like that. You need to make things and then people come. It's like that baseball movie with Kevin Costner, the one of 5 he did. I know he's done 5 baseball movies. It's the one, what's the name of that movie? Look it up. Just say, build it, we will come. They will come. Field of Dreams? No, it was said, what dreams will come, I think. Is it that one? It should have been Field of Dreams. I don't think it is Field of Dreams because I looked it up. It is.
I just searched Kevin Costner baseball and it says he was an independent fielder for the Northern American League.
Movie.
Films. For the love of the game?
No, it is Field of Dreams. I don't
Simon
know what
was right.
movie. I'm sorry, Simon. I didn't mean to doubt
No.
you. Field of Dreams. Build it, they will come. Comedians will get more stage time. Everybody's racing to certain areas. Look at like what, people have done in Austin. You just you go to an empty place, man, and just build shop, set up shop.
Austin, I'll be on it. We can maybe. I don't like that scene, man. I think it's kind of corny.
I'm not saying to be Austin, but I'm just saying
okay.
You can learn from people that you don't want to be like, or you can learn from what they do or don't do.
We mentioned Schaub earlier, dude. Yeah.
Learn from Schaub. The dude kind of got attention. He got people coming, but it's like that. But that's the other half is like, also, earn your stripes a little bit too.
Yeah, for sure. Go bomb at a mic and want to drive off the 101 freeway ramp and die. Yeah, make those.
But we're still here.
We're still here. We're still grinding, dude.
And it's like, that's why I just tell everybody, they go, how do I do it? I'm like, go start your own thing.
You've told me that multiple times, man.
Go
I will pay.
Go start your own mic.
I respect that.
Go set up your own show.
Yeah.
Cold call comics. It doesn't hurt to say no or hear nothing back. Just do it, man. Like, if you see it in your head, just do it. And that's just, I don't know. There's not much more to that. It's just doing it, showing up.
It's the balls that it takes to do it is what I think is what puts a lot of people in like check, because it's like, this is a lot for me to reach out to this person or this company or this so-and-so and try to be like, hey, I'm worth your time and I'm worth your money or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what impedes a lot of people. But like you said, we're still here, man.
We're still here.
You're here many years later than me. I'm here a couple years in, trying to do the same shit, trying to make it happen, and like, dude,
and have fun.
It. That's the main goal. Every time I step foot in this place in particular, I want to have fun.
This is probably my favorite open mic.
This is the best open mic in Orange County.
Not because I'm on it. Even if I wasn't on it, it's like, it's the best.
I've told them we got comics. I got a couple boys coming from IE and LA just because I told them how worthy this mic is. So. I don't want to suck too much dick. What?
Can I plug the show real quick?
We did already, but go ahead.
Did we do it? All right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Plug it
again.
again. We're wrapping up. Plug it.
I'm sorry. Fuck, man. I'm sorry.
We plugged the 420 show, and I said you got your own shit going down the next day at the Brea. I'm so
just fucking passionate.
You're
right now.
into it. Well, you're locked in.
I'm sorry. This is why I failed, and I had to be comic in the first place because I didn't pass college.
Didn't memorize your lines.
I told my dad. I said, Dad, I'm out of college. I'm sorry I wasted your time. And I actually I got a job at the Brea Improv right after that. And rest is crazy history. But I will just say this. April 21st, Happy Dad sponsor show. We got Jason Ellis, Rachel Wolfson, Mike Sasson, Matt Edgar, me, Rick Thorne, It's gonna be killer.
All killers. All killers.
Um,
You mentioned we were talking about Jackass. I'm just going to say it. Rachel Wolfson from the last one. Jason Ellis, beast. He's been on multiple shows you've had. Great guy, great comic. And I'll just plug it for you. The 420 show, obviously, that's going to be here at Respectful Choices CBD. It's going to be a great show. I already know that. And then my bro's got a monthly show that he does at the Continental Room in Fullerton, which I've never seen a more studded lineup with comics that's consistent. I'll be honest. We do mics and we do shows and we do all kinds of events in LA as much as we can. And my bro is bringing out some of the best touring comics to a dive bar in a gay bar. I'll say that. I hope they don't listen to
Is
this.
it?
It's a gay bar, bro.
Is it?
I saw two guys macking on each other in a booth, and yeah, it is. But it doesn't matter. He's been putting
Cool.
together one of the best shows in Orange County, and monthly show, Continental Room. I'm blessed enough he put me on the next one, and I don't know if you want to talk about that show, but again, my
Got
bro,
plenty of shows. We're gonna keep
they'll
doing
all
more.
be in the description. And if you want to come see some local comedy, again, come by Respectful Choices CBD. If you need any CBD needs, whether it be salves, whether it be a liquid, whatever it may be, if you need some glassware, come by. Until next time, Gage, dude, thank you so much, bro.
So fun.
Peace out to everybody.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.